Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another edition of the Damn Music Show. Our favorite artist and friend from across the pond, Cait from Mars, is joining us. Say hello, Cait.
Hi.
Yeah, Darren, what are we doing? You specifically made this call because something happened that triggered an event that
Something
triggered
big, Marcus,
yeah,
something big
that triggered
happened.
you to be like, we got to get in touch. We need a beat reporter over across the pond to
Yes.
come hook it up. Darren, what happened?
Yes, we are so lucky to know somebody famous from YouTube. So about a year ago, we met Kay from Mars. There's an interview on the YouTube channel. You ought to check it out. And we got connected through the love of music, and very particular a style of music, and even more in particular, a very specific band. And Kate just so happens to be one of the few select people on this planet, even though she's not from
It's
this
a big
planet.
buildup. Love
Yes, it is. It is
Love
big,
it.
It's big or too long, millennial. Anyway, Kate is one of the few people to see one of the first 5 shows of My Chemical Romance, who is out playing again for the first time in 12 years. They haven't been touring since 2010. 12 years later, Kate went to Milton Keynes, right?
Yeah.
Yes, show, and she's going to here to tell us all about
Is
it.
that a venue that I'm not familiar with in England?
It's a
Yeah,
town.
it's sort of it's a place, but
Okay.
it's not got a good reputation. It's not great.
Oh yeah. Okay, it's a little salty. What is your stoke level on seeing MCR? That is my number one question.
I think I've been a fan for like 10 years, so I didn't see them before they broke up. So I think
Oh.
it was
Huge.
like yeah, massive.
Huge.
It was gigantic.
Darren has bobblehead and will buy plane flights to go watch shows, so his stoke level is also really
Yeah.
high. I'm gonna ride out being in between both of y'all's enthusiasm as you hopefully get me hooked on the Gerard Butler MCR train.
Gerard Butler.
Sorry.
You mean Gerard Way?
Thank you.
That is blasphemy, sir.
Point proven. Please, will y'all take it now? Because obviously this is not my territory.
Okay. All right. So, Kate, tell us the show that you went to. What was your experience? Let's start from the top.
Okay, so it was Milton Keynes Night 2, which is the Saturday the 21st, and it was absolutely insane.
Yes.
So, how many
There's,
people you think were there?
How many
I
people?
think, probably about 30,000.
Woo.
So it was pretty big.
Yeah.
It was quite chaotic down there, but the audience were awesome, and obviously My Chemical Romance were incredible as well. So
Well, 12 years is a long time. How would you say they look and how do they sound?
um well, they were huge. They they looked awesome. The stage was it was pretty boring, the stage, to be honest. There wasn't a lot of special effects or anything, but they didn't need it.
Yeah.
They played their songs and they were huge, and that was it. Like, they didn't need to do anything else.
How
Well,
did
speak.
how did Gerard look? Because I know that he went through some transformations recently, right? And
Yeah.
I've heard that he's been
Yeah.
pretty emotional on stage lately for his first ones. Was there any of that
Yeah.
in the experience?
I mean, he looked normal, which is a difference from night one, obviously. um, yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting him to talk to the crowd as much as he did, but he was very chatty, and he was sort of, yeah, he was talking about rats a lot. Don't know. But yeah, I mean, he was really great with the crowd as well. He kept making sure everyone was safe, and he kept everyone engaged all the time. He was really, really good. He's an incredible front man, I would say.
Well, yeah, the stage is very boring, but I think it's intentional because this is the band for their live shows that are known to be very theatrical with a lot of
Yeah.
production, a lot of costumes, and now they do look kind of like the middle-aged men they are with jeans and t-shirts. I find it refreshing. Have you talked about that with any of your friends over or during the
Um,
show?
we didn't really think about it, to be honest. I think
Good for you.
we were just sort of happy to be there
Right.
and to be finally seeing them. But yeah, I think there is a big difference to how they've like sort of left and their shows to how they're coming back. But I think that shows how much the band has sort of evolved since they've been gone, as well. So they're not the same band, but they're still putting on such an awesome show that it's worth everything. Like, to go, it's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So I'm curious, what was the average age of the
Oh
concert?
yeah.
I asked that because I'm older than the average fan that's going to be there.
Cait, you're young. He's not. I'm
Right.
somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Everybody likes him.
So yeah, am I going to feel stupid when I go to the show? Like, are people going to say, "Are you looking for your kid? Are you lost?"
Yeah, I think there were a lot of parents there. I think
Nice.
people were probably about, say, my age, so about like early 20s to, say, early 30s.
Yeah,
Like that's sort of the window now. It's sort of
that
the fans from like 10 years ago who have finally got to go. So,
Mm.
but there was a quite a fair mix, to be honest. So
yeah.
yeah.
How long do they play? Do you have any sense of that?
I think they came on at about 9 o'clock, and we were sort of leaving at 11:15, so about an hour 45 or something like that. It was a good length sort of set for them as well. So
Well,
it was pretty
in
good.
the States, they sold out the entire tour like in 30 minutes. Was it hard to
Yeah.
get tickets there?
Yeah, I think we bought them for the first date that was released, but we were lucky. I think they sold out within like a minute.
Wow.
And then, yeah, then they added a couple of more extra dates, which sold out. So I think everything is more or less sold out now as well over here. So
Well, go ahead.
I was just curious. They come into the U.S. after, Darren? Do you have
Yes, they
tickets?
are. They are.
Do you have tickets?
I do in San Antonio and Denver.
Look
Yeah.
at this guy. Look at this guy. 2 locations. These are not gonna. I
She's-
wouldn't be surprised
She's
if he
going
gets
to
some
another
more.
show in a few days, right? Where?
Yeah,
What's
on
your next show?
Saturday.
And Saturday. Where's that going to be? And
Yeah,
when do you
so-
expect?
it's in Cardiff, which is in my sort of country then, because I'm from Wales. So
Okay, so it's
less
closer by.
traveling.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
so-
fantastic. Look at you, true
Yeah.
fans. Well done, guys.
Yeah. Well, I noticed from some of the video that you sent that you were on the floor.
Yeah.
Are people? Is there a mosh pit? Are people mostly friendly? Are they dancing? What are they doing?
Are they crying? I think crying could be an option. I want to check all options.
Anything
very
they were doing.
emotional
What did
music.
you see? What did you experience?
I think where we weren't really super at the front, so we probably missed all of the hardcore mosh pits if there were any. But there was a lot of like hand waving and clapping and dancing. So everyone was having a lot of fun where we were. It was really nice to see, to be honest.
Does MCR bring out the pit? Is the mosh a thing for that?
It
fan
was
base?
back in the day a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe we're all too old now. Like,
Yeah.
I'll throw my neck out. Sorry, you can't mosh anymore.
exactly.
Yeah, forgive my again American ignorance, but shows in Europe and the UK, is there a lot of drinking and alcohol consumption during rock shows, or no?
There's no drinking in Europe.
I know there is. I've been twice, but I don't. I'm asking about shows, and specifically My Chemical Romance.
I think there was probably it wasn't super rowdy as a crowd. Like they weren't super drunk, but probably a lot of people had like 1 or 2 pints or something. But it wasn't super like crazy.
Right, that's kind of what I'm asking
Yeah,
about.
that's
So-
interesting. That should
Yeah.
make sense.
Well,
Yeah.
are you? Did the video send? Are you able to see? You don't appear to be. You're not the tallest person, maybe walking around. Did you choose to be on the floor, or that's all that was available?
The GA.
Yeah. We booked standing tickets because it was just going to be easier to get something. But there was a lot of screens up. There were sort of 2 near the stage and then 2 up in, because it was in a football arena. So there was screens up in the rafters of the stadium as well. So yeah, it was fine.
So a couple more questions, Mike. I'm sorry doing all the talking,
No, I'm
but what was your biggest surprise of the show? Were there any surprise like, well, I can't believe they didn't play this song, or they did play a song, or the
I
Gerard was super chatty?
Yeah, I
About
think
rats,
first of all,
apparently.
him being the audience were made to call him a rat. We were told to chant rats at him.
Okay.
Which is
No reason? There
yeah,
wasn't like there's no
Oh,
correlation of that?
It's
Is that
an
a-
upcoming
No.
marketing thing. He's a genius when it comes to this
Probably.
stuff.
I think so.
Probably.
It's gonna be in a few weeks or
it's
something.
like a
a song
video
about a
or
rat.
something.
Yeah.
Rat. You're right.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone else is
Yeah.
confused, and then all of a sudden you're in a music video.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was they played a Bulletproof Heart for the first time since 2011. So that was like nice. It was a nice little surprise in there, but I wish they'd have played maybe more of my favorites from like the first album or the second album, but you can't really
It's so hard
at
as a
it.
band. You're always like,
Yeah.
and as a fan too, it's like you want to endorse and be there for them as they transition and grow and change.
Yeah.
But you also want to be there for
Exactly.
what changed you and what made you grow. So it's a
Yeah.
fine line. You seem very respectful, and I appreciate that. But the thing I do hate, you want to be there for them, and you're there for them. And
Yeah.
you also want some of your stuff. Maybe they'll give it to you at the next show though, because you're going again.
I'm gonna tag.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna tag my Kim and all this stuff, and hopefully we'll give you some merch and gift front. Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Kate. So, a few more questions. If we put out a my Kim video about a week ago, and I brought up the point because you mentioned in the first couple albums, what you like. There is this, in my opinion, stupid thing of my Kim fans about. You got the early stuff, it was a little more hardcore, a little more punk, a little harder, and then you got the newer, you got the Black Parade and before, and then you got the Killjoy time period, and fans seem to say you have to pick one or the other. A, am I right? Is it dumb? And B, which one are you?
I know which one she is.
I
know,
think so, too.
I know. I can tell you.
I think, I mean, it is stupid because all the albums have got good songs on them. Some of them are going to have weaker songs, and some of them are going to have better songs. Like that's just how an
every
album
band
is.
is like that.
Yeah, exactly. But
isn't it
I
a silly discussion though?
Pardon?
Isn't it a silly discussion? Let's discuss how silly it is.
Let's discuss
1000%.
discussing how disgusting it is. It's like a Seinfeld episode. Hey, can we discuss about discussing how silly it is? I love it.
So I'm
I love
done
it.
joking about it. But how do you feel about
It's
it
funny.
as another fan?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get involved in it, to be honest. If people want to argue about it, they can argue about it, but it's not taking my time up.
She's
You know
not
what I
going to
mean?
respond to you, Darren. She's not taking the bait.
Well, then, is it okay for me to assume that you really like the new song they put out, Foundations of Decay? Because that is old school vibe for them.
It is awesome, and they opened with Foundations of Decay, and at first you're just a bit like, oh, it's a bit slow to open the concert with, but then that breakdown kicks in, and you're like, oh, okay, they're not messing around. This is it, like.
Yeah, it was good when we listened to it too. I remember when that breakdown came, I was like, time to let out
wow.
my hair. Let's go. I am 21.
So, Kate, thank you so much for the report. Just tell everybody really quickly that if you don't subscribe to her channel, you should. It'll put you in a good mood because I think she's the happiest person I know. When people come to your YouTube channel, what are they going to see?
Covers and good music.
Yeah, a lot of guitar, and some more guitar.
Well,
as well as
yes,
some fly hair as well, which is fantastic.
I'm gonna
Loving the
say-
blue. Loving the
Thank
blue.
you.
Yes, I'm conflicted about Kate because she's younger than I am. She's way cooler than I am. Her hair is a gazillion times better than mine.
She has it.
And she's 10 times better at playing guitar, but I still like her for some reason.
There's still a chance.
Despite all the reasons not to like her,
There's-
if you go to her channel, you'll be happy.
There's no time like the present. You can find her at Cait from Mars, right? It's CAIT from Mars, and that's on your Instagram. Do you have a TikTok these days?
No.
There we go. She's going to get a TikTok eventually. YouTube, though, is where you can find her as well. So Instagram and YouTube as well. She's really fun and enjoyable to watch.
Yes,
Everybody should
thank you
tag
so
along.
much for doing this again, Kate, and for the
Thanks, guys.
on-the-spot reporter. This is a damn
You are
music
over the pond beat reporter. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Damn Music Show. As always, smash that subscribe, ring that notification bell for us, and go check out Cait from Mars. We'll keep discussing and talking music as we always do. Bye.